Are you ready, my dudes, for the finale of Simpsons Hit&Run? We've pretty much done everything we can do, except for the cheats. And before we get after those, I'm going to go back into the game. I did also turn off the main menu music because I don't want to keep hearing the main menu theme over and over again when I'm wanting to give my closing thoughts. I kind of did that previously, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to hear the main menu theme for this game, which by the way is their orchestrated version of the Simpsons theme. I just didn't want to do that again, so let's now head over to level 3, where we can get the itchy and scratchy ticket, because that's what we can collect from getting all of the collector cards. It's basically a full set. Okay, all we have to do now is speak with CBG. And because we've got all the collector cards, we can actually collect the ticket, which is
Where do you think you're going?
also the bonus movie.
A complete set. Ooh, I think I just formatted my pants.
Now all we have to do is speak with the squeaky-voiced teen at the Aztec Theatre, which by the way is just down the street from here. And I did also turn up my TV slightly, so I could do that. I could also get on with the mission if I wanted to, but I don't need to because I've already done it. And also because, well, the first mission is the closest to the androids dungeon, so I'm not really bothered to do it again. Lisa, by the way, is also the only character, as well as the only level without a bonus movie. But I do quite like how they're able to more or less bring in the boomerang effect of making it so it comes back to her. And we can actually do this, because I think this is cool. And now, hopefully, as long as this movie is not copyrighted, I can actually showcase it. So that's what we're gonna do. To be honest, that was surprisingly shorter than I thought it was going to be. But anyway. So that's the bonus movie with Itchy and Scratchy. And now we just need to go back to the main menu screen. And yes, I might as well save the game whilst I'm at it, because, well, I can. And we can now go back to the main menu. And I will also look at the cheats page on the Hit&Run wiki to make sure that I can actually get my cheats in the right order. Okay, all that's left now to showcase in this game is the cheat codes. And since I have already shown you the Itchy and Scratchy movie, which, by the way, just for context, is in the View movies and also the bonus movie, which is tied to Lisa's level in the game, which is level 3. I've already shown you how you can unlock that by giving Comic Book Guide the complete collector cards collection. And now we will move on to the cheat codes. And yes, I have also turned off the main menu music because, well, to be honest, I kind of want to wait until I get into the levels before I put the music on because, well, much like the previous game, it can get a bit repetitive after a while. I mean, it's not as bad as the Road Rage theme in terms of its repetitiveness, but it still is an issue because you're not really hearing anything else. By the way, the first code I just put in, if you heard that little sound effect, it was for the one car wreck cheat, or the one vehicle hit cheat, where basically if we hit any vehicle, then they'll basically just explode. And in order to get that, you have to press triangle, triangle, square, square. Basically, these cheats are activated with button sequences on the PS2. So the next one we have is Show Speedometer, which is 2 triangles, 1 circle, and square. And the third one is Invincible Car, which is triangle, X, triangle, X. And we can also activate the Fast Cars cheat, which is pressing square 4 times in a row. And next up, what I will showcase is the grid view, which is circle, X, circle, triangle. And now we're going to go and look into these cheats. I have already done this before, so this is technically a re-recording because I wanted to do a better job than I did before. And I felt like there were a few points that I missed out on before, so that's also the other reason as to why I am doing this again. So the grid view, if you're wanting some context, it's basically these line themes that you see here. And if you want to deactivate the cheats, you can basically do so by reloading the game. But I figure at this point, I might as well drive around and basically blow up a few things. And since this isn't my first time doing this and I actually know everything I have to do, I think we're actually going to put the music back on now. Just to show you what happens now.
Ooh, the vibrations tickling my feet. Learn to drive, dumbass.
And that's already 2 vehicles we've blown up, and that now makes it 3.
Ow, my neck.
Yeah, why not? My car is practically invincible, so it's not like I'm losing anything. I will admit the grid view can get a bit the grid view can get a bit visually impairing after a while. And because I have the fast cars cheat, that's why I am just able to slip away from the cops quite easily. I mean, you can do this cheat to work your way through the fucking grind if you want to, but
karmic retribution.
Keep in mind you will have to do it at your own
Harder than
risk,
it is.
because
Oh, come
you don't
on.
want to alert the cops too much when you do it, unless you have the Invincible Car cheat, then in which case you can
I am evil.
pretty much just do this all day, and you've essentially got everything you need, more or less. It's a neat little way to get some grinding done, I'll admit,
Hey,
as the
King Hummer,
cops
if you dare.
continue to miss me. But anyway, so I think that pretty much shows you everything you more or less need to know about the one hit cheat, along with the Invincible Car cheat and also the Fast Cars cheat. I will have to put those codes in again just so I can
I didn't do it. Okay, that's
get
a
the
lot,
other
you rotten karmic retribution.
cheats involved, and we've got another hit and run. Well, at least my car is fast, so I know there's not going to be too many consequences from that. The game is having a hard time trying to process all the chaos at the moment.
Lousy generic villains.
Huh, I actually blew up a cop car as well.
Oh no,
That's
there's a
kind of cool.
wedgie.
Suppose if you wanted an easier way to grind through the game, that would be one way of doing it.
Thing is, I'm not imagining these
And the
guys.
fact that because your car is
Oh, come
invincible,
on.
you can actually avoid getting busted as well, which is pretty cool. I will admit the grid view does get a little bit annoying after a while,
Nothing lasts forever.
so I kind of want that to, you know, go away after this.
Ow!
Okay.
Ow! My neck!
Probably get rid of one more car whilst I'm at a turn, then... Okay.
Ow! My ass!
Okay, I think that's enough. As soon as I fleed this cop, I'm gonna
Eat my
move
stomach.
away from this. Oh, yeah, I had no brakes.
Hey, King Hummer, if you dare!
My car basically had no brakes there.
Let's
The
take
game
this
was
out.
having a hard time responding to all the chaos going on, which did used to be a common theme among 6th generation console games. Not much of a theme nowadays, but
Speed thingy. Take
it was
that.
nice to know that was
Learn
the
to
sort of
drive,
thing you
dumbass.
had back then,
Another
which was
one?
pretty cool.
Ooh, the vibrations tickling my feet.
And this isn't even the very fast cars cheat, this is just the fast cars
Oh,
cheat.
I swallowed my gum. One kid, I almost spilled my sundae.
Okay, I want to get out of this now. I want the chaos to stop. As soon as I can find a good place to get out of this, that would be nice. Damn it. I meant to get out of it, not to keep resuming it.
I am evil
Oh
Homer.
well.
I am evil Homer.
I know the cop cars are
Okay,
impervious
that's a
to
lawsuit.
hitting me, so basically I can just blow them up. Okay, I've messed about enough now. I need to get them off my ass and stop it there. Okay, that's enough. So what I'm going to do now is save the game and also reload it, because I think you've more or less got the picture of what that is now. I'll probably put in most of these cheats again, just so I'm going to be impervious to the attacks of the cops if they do arrive. But as for everything else, well, I'm obviously not going to keep everything else the same, so we'll just head back and reload the game, and then that will just get rid of the grid view cheat. So what we need to do in order to get rid of the cheats is to simply reload the game. And basically this is how we will also get rid of the grid view thing. So now I'm just going to reactivate my cheats again, except for the grid view because I don't really need those shape structures in the picture again. And now we'll move on to the very fast cars cheat. And what we'll also have is the drunk driving cheat, which is triangle, circle, triangle, circle. And what we're also going to use is the car horn jump, which is pressing square 3 times and then triangle. And the only one we've not got in here is the unlock all cars cheat, which is square. Sorry, no. The unlock all cars cheat is X, circle, X, circle. And we're going to make sure we change levels. We'll go to... yeah, fuck it, we'll go to level 4 for the drunk driving mode. And we still get the same drunk driving screen there as what we got with level 1, except for saying this time it's at night. And I think if I'm not mistaken, we should pretty much have the same cheats as what we had before. And it also comes in effect for the telephone box as well, which I think is pretty cool. Even though I will say it can get a little bit visually impairing after a while. So my advice is, don't do this for too long if you can help it. Yeah, we'll drive the limo. And I can just do this. I am also using the very fast cars cheat, which means, in essence, I'm not gonna stick around with this thing for too long. Yep, okay, this thing is fast. This thing is very fast now. The acceleration is undeniable. And I am impervious to all of the cops' attacks, because my car is invincible. It's about as untouchable as you can make it, really. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be hitting and running for a lot of this. I'm not sure how to get the secret vehicles into the phone box booth in terms of being available, but I think there is a way to do it. I'm just not able to showcase it in the PS2 version. Okay. Yeah, since the cops are now off our backs, this is where we can now use the car horn cheat as soon as I can find a good spot to use it. Which is probably not going to be in the power plant because, well, that's probably not a good idea, to be honest. Oh, bollocks, damn it. Bollocks, damn it, bollocks, damn it. Okay. We're fine. Yeah, what you saw there, by the way, was the car horn jump cheat. It basically gets our car to jump like a pogo stick.
You got it. I should pay more attention.
and I am basically doing this just for the fun of it. I'll probably also turn off the menu music. Holy shit, we almost jumped over the power plant. I want to try and see if I can do that again. Maybe see if it actually works. Although I suppose because we're using the very fast cars cheat, it's probably not that much different to the fast cars cheat, to be honest. So, you know, there is that. Kind of want to try and see if I can actually jump over the power plant. That's kind of my aim for this. Okay, I don't think I can jump over the power plant. It was worth experimenting with, but it probably wasn't going to work. Anyway, that's the drunk driving cheat now showcased. Probably didn't need to do it again, to be honest. This is pretty much what drunk drivers more or less see when they're drunk, which, by the way, I highly advise against. If you have issues with alcoholism, you should never drive and drink, by the way. I know that's for definite. The drunk driving screen is also becoming a little off-putting now, so I think I'll get rid of that. Okay, so for our final cheat of this game, I'm going to show you how to unlock the red brick car, which is circle, circle, triangle, circle. You also just need to hold down L1 and R1 if I didn't mention that before in order to unlock the cheats in this game. If you hold down L1 and R1 and then follow the button sequences you need to press in order I might add, in order to unlock the cheats, then that's pretty much how you get them. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move over to level 2, because the red brick car is only available in the spots where the secret vehicles would normally be located. We do get other cheats in this game, but to be honest, I'm not really bothered to showcase most of them because they might be a little pointless, but this is the more camera angles cheat, which is basically us just doing this, where we can basically just look up and also zoom in. I'm going to assume those must be the only camera angles we really get, aside from everything else, unless I'm missing something. Which I don't think I am, but anyway. Let's go and get our red brick car, which I think is where the monorail is. And I figured I would choose Bart for this because, well, why not? I also quite like Bart's ninja outfit, it's pretty cool to be honest. And yep, there is the red brick car, and I am gonna make sure that I use it. It's basically just a Lego-shaped car with moving pistons, if you will. That's essentially what's in the front of the car. And of course I am causing destruction with the other cheats I have, because I can use this effectively. And because my car is invincible, I don't have to worry about getting busted because I am impervious to pretty much all attacks the cops decide to put on me. And in general the traffic as well, which probably shows you enough.
Hey, slower traffic to the right, please.
So, anyway.
Hope that didn't break my memory card.
I think I'll get this up to 1,500 coins and then we'll just get on with
My butt hurts.
delivering my closing thoughts. I think you more or less get the idea of
My butt
what goes
hurts.
on with these cheat codes.
Oh, man, that
And I have
sounds
also
terrible.
showcased all of the
Watch the next
bonus vehicles that we get.
Whoa, wicked.
And yep, that's what happens if a cop hits you. They just blow up.
You think
And
I
that
was
cop
scared?
missed
You
me.
thought wrong. Woo, nice one.
Oh, okay. Apparently I got some extra coins there, even though that had nothing to do with me. But I'll take it anyway, because why not? Okay. Can I get this cop off my ass? Okay, I can. That's fine. Okay, I think I've had my fun now. I actually want to get out of here and deliver my closing thoughts on the game. I think that's enough fun for now. So I'm gonna park right by the Jebediah Springfield statue. And that's pretty much all the cheats of this game, from what I know. I think the unlock all cars cheat does work in terms of getting the bonus cars for being available, but I couldn't tell you what mode of the game that's available in, because I know it's not available in the PS2 version. Believe me, I have looked. It's just every vehicle in the game that we've already unlocked. Also, furthermore, the red brick car can only be unlocked if you've achieved 100% completion. That's how you get the red car. It can only be used if you have 100%, if that makes sense. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it there for this game and just get on with my closing thoughts now. So, just gonna turn off the music again because, well, I don't want it to distract me from my thoughts. And now I will save the game one final time, and then we will head back over to the scrapbook to look at our final stats for the game. Okay, first of all, the reason for me turning off the main menu theme is because, like I said before, it can get a bit repetitive after a while, and because there aren't any of the main menu themes in this game, well, that was why I switched it off. So, just to show you again, we pretty much have done everything in all the levels, including the bonus missions, as you might have guessed. I also quite like these old designs for the characters as well. The fact that they do actually relate to when the characters made their first appearances in the show with their original designs. But that pretty much confirms it. All 49 story missions, with all 7 bonus missions, all 21 street races, we've got all 49 collector cards with all 21 sets of character clothes, all 35 unlockable vehicles with all 140 WASP cameras, 84 gags, and all 7 movies, including the bonus movie, which is the 500-yard gash movie, that is also known as the bonus Itchy and Scratchy movie, which we can only achieve from getting all the collector cards. But anyway, there we go. So, Simpsons Hit&Run has now reached its climax. And overall, I think this pretty much is the perfect kids alternative to Grand Theft Auto, and in some cases The Sopranos as well, because, well, The Sopranos, when it was aired in the 2000s, it was a really big TV show that many people watched, and I am also currently watching as well on HBO Max. It's honestly one of the best crime drama shows ever made, in my opinion, and I've only watched 2 full seasons of it so far, and I'm still yet to see the rest of the story. But anyway, going back to this game, I think Radical did a great job putting together this game. I mean, the designs are just so relatable to the characters, the pacing is good, the storytelling is top-notch, the scenery just goes really well with what you would want to expect from an open-world-based Springfield game. And I also think the cheats as well, if you're just wanting an easy way to make money. Basically, if you want to cheese your way through this game, you essentially can by just using the one-hit explosion cheat along with the Invincible Car cheat. You can basically just cheese your way through the grinding, which, by the way, I didn't do because, well, I did it the hard way, like I always do. I wanted to make sure I earned it, by the way, which is what I did. You can basically just cheese your way through the grinding by doing that. But in terms of this game and the issues I have with it, they are very few. But I will point this out. The only real issue with this game I had was basically with the traffic. And I get with this game, largely being inspired by the mainstream success of GTA 3, they were obviously wanting to nail down that live world vibe that Grand Theft Auto had set 2 years before this game released, basically. And lots of other games, much like this one, were also heavily inspired by the success of GTA 3. Its widespread influence for the time was undeniable, and the fact that this game actually did prove to be a child-friendly alternative to Grand Theft Auto, because, well, of course Grand Theft Auto is naturally a game that does have plenty of violence, and, of course, you want to, make it more marketably friendly, and that's more or less what they did with this game. Also, bonus game mode, I think, is a bit frustrating overall, because you really don't have anywhere to run if you make a mistake or if you get collected by the AI, and really in places it's also a bit finicky. Like, I'm not saying it's bad or terrible in any way, but it's a bit frustrating unless you're an absolute master at the bonus game mode and pretty much know every track in bonus game mode detail for detail, which sadly I don't. I will say that was a bit frustrating, and also, although this is more of a personal issue, the late game grinding did feel just a little bit excessive, even though I will admit this was before I found out about the game cheats and the fact that you can basically cheese your way through the grinding and do it that way if you wanted to. But, in all honesty, it would have been nice had I not had to do as much grinding as I did, because, well, repetition does become a thing that gets involved in certain games, and, well, that was kind of the case with my career mode, but that's more of a personal take rather than a real issue. There's probably a few other things I'm missing, but they're mostly just nitpicks overall. And really, aside from that, I don't think there's really anything else that needs to be stated aside from saying that even nearly 23 years onwards from when this game first released, it's still just about as amazing today as it was back in 2003. And I do understand why a lot of people still love this game even today. And this game is definitely what I would consider to be one of my personal favourites among open world racing games from that Gen 6 to Gen 7 era. It definitely stands out to me, is what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm not going to waste much more of your time, so I think that's pretty much everything I need to say about this game. So that is the end of Simpsons Hit&Run. We have successfully hit and ran through this game. And now that that's done, all I can really say is a big thank you to everyone for watching. And if you enjoyed this video along with all my other videos that I've uploaded to this series, then feel free to like and subscribe. And also leave your thoughts down below if you feel inclined enough to do so. So, until the next one, guys and gals, this is Jordan Mustang 87 saying again, thanks for watching, and until the next one, we'll smell you later.